Springbok coach Erasmus on Wednesday named most of the players who were members of the squad that retained the Freedom Cup in New Zealand last weekend in his 33-man squad for their closing two Castle Lager Rugby Championship matches against Argentina in Durban and London. The Boks squad will assemble in Durban on Thursday after having a few days off with their families following their return from New Zealand on Sunday night to begin their preparations for the last two matches of the competition. These rounds will decide if the Boks retain the title, or whether a different team will be crowned the champions this year. The players ruled out of contention for selection were Le de Jager, lock, Jean-Luc Dupreez, loose forward, and Afleel Fassi, fullback, who all suffered injuries during the New Zealand tour, as well as Gerhard Steenkamp, Frans Malherbe, both props, Salman Morat, lock, and Kurt Leerens, utility back, who have been on the injury list for different durations in the last few months. The squad to face Argentina includes 18 forwards and 15 backline players. The teams will meet at Hollywoodbets Kings Park in Durban on Saturday, September 27th, and at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham, in London on October 4th. Following medical assessments in camp on Thursday, there is a possibility that a further 3 players could be added to the group later in the week, with a group of up to 30 players set to travel to London for the final match. As things stand, the Wallabies are currently on 11 points going into their Bledisloe Cup matches against New Zealand, while the Springboks are in second place, and the All Blacks in third place, both on 10 points, while the Pumas are 1 point back with 9 points, with all 4 teams having won 2 of their 4 matches to date. This group of players have been together for over 13 weeks now, and they've shown that they are the right players for this big task against the Pumas, said Erasmus. We've chopped and changed our squad a fair bit this season, playing a total of 46 players in our last 8 matches, including in the Barbarians match, and by training together almost daily, we are confident that these are the players who can give us the best shot to try to retain the title. Erasmus added, the fact that the younger and older guys have been training with one another and against one another on the field almost daily really paid off last weekend, and we have no doubt that if we continue showing our faith in these players, we will get the best out of them. The bonus for us is that we still have so many players who have been in the system and attended our alignment camps in the last few seasons, and who have been knocking hard on the door, but unfortunately, we could only select a limited number of players for these matches, so we will continue to keep an eye on the others. Erasmus admitted that it was disappointing losing players such as Fassi, de Jager, and Dupreez to injuries, but he was satisfied with the depth they had in the squad. We are blessed with talent in South Africa, so as sad as we are for players such as Lud, Jean-Luc, Afleel, Kurt Lee, and many others, we have capable guys to fill their boots, said Erasmus. We are also fortunate to have so many versatile players who can play a few different positions, and they are equally adept in each of them, regardless of what position they play. Looking forward to the clashes against the Pumas, who moved up to 6th spot on the world rankings following their victory over the Wallabies in Sydney last weekend, Erasmus expected colossal battles against them, and said he had no doubt their victories against Australia, New Zealand, and the British and Irish Lions would fuel their motivation going into these encounters. The Pumas are a tough and physical outfit, and they'll come to South Africa full of confidence after beating Australia 28-26 last weekend and knowing that they beat us in Santiago del Estero last year, as well as the All Blacks earlier in the competition, said Erasmus. They have quality forwards and backs, and they play with guts and passion, so we know it will take 2 great performances to beat them and hopefully reclaim the Castle Lager Rugby Championship title. The next 2 games are going to be vital for all 4 teams because there is so little between them in terms of the way they play, and given how close the standings are. Any team can still win the competition, so there is no margin for error, and every point will count. These are going to be massive battles. Springbok squad for the Argentina leg of the Castle Lager Rugby Championship. Forwards: Pieter-Steph du Toit, Toda Verblitz, Thomas du Toit, Bath, Eben Etzebeth, Hollywoodbets Sharks, Vincent Koch, Hollywoodbets Sharks, Sia Kolisi, Hollywoodbets Sharks, Wilco Liu, Vodacom Bulls, Malcolm Marks, Kubota Spears, Bondin Banambai, Hollywoodbets Sharks, Franco Mostert, Honda Heat, Oxench, Hollywoodbets Sharks, Juan Norch, Vodacom Bulls, Quagga Smith, Shizuoka Blue Revs. R.G. Snyman, Leinster, Marnus van der Merwe, Scarlets, Marco van Staden, Vodacom Bulls, Bowen. Venter, Edinburgh, Jan Hendrik Wessels, Vodacom Bulls, Jasper Wies, Uriah Sidirox. Backs, Damien de Allende, Wild Knights, Faf de Klerk, Cannon Eagles, Andre Esterwijzen, Hollywood Bet Sharks, Sasha Feinberg Gomezelu, DHL Stormers, Ethan Hooker, Hollywood Bet Sharks, Cheslin Kolbe, Tokyo Sun Goliath, Jesse Creel, Cannon Eagles, Manye Lebach, Kintetsu Liners, Makazole Mapimpi, Hollywood Bet Sharks, Kanan Moody, Vodacom Bulls, Handré Pollard, Vodacom Bulls. Kobus Renak, DHL Stormers, Morn van den Berg, Lions, Damian Willems, DHL Stormers, Grant Williams. Hollywood Bet Sharks.